There we go. He knows what he's doing. Are we filming this now?
Well, it's just, again, I'm going to cut it up, right?
No, keep that in. I like that.
Co-owner, beer, consigliere, speaking of Godfather, yeah. How would you describe your role here at Gorilla? What do you do? What's your day-to-day? What's your role here?
CEO head brewer. I don't spend that much time brewing these days, which is kind of good because it's cold in the brewery. But whenever we make new recipes, I'll go out there and make sure that the recipe's dialed in and that kind of thing. But mostly planning and operations, the kind of boring stuff, while all the brewers get to do the fun stuff.
The war room, the strategy.
Yeah.
The long-term visions, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, I should have answered the question, apparently. Yeah.
Turn the logo properly.
In case you weren't aware where we are, we're at Gorilla Brewing, Gwanganjeong. How did you get into beer as a profession? Was that in Korea, or did you do this back home?
North Wales originally. I was born in North Wales, and I spent most of my life there till I was about 20. Then we moved to London, and too much. I've been in Korea. I came back here for like the second-ish time in 2010, I guess.
Okay.
And I was in China before that.
What were you doing? Teaching, or?
A little bit of that, but mostly it was geology. I'm a geologist, pre-beer.
All right.
But I've taught geology too, and I came to Korea and I was doing some geological research, teaching a bit at the university, doing that as well.
Yeah.
And all the time since I was about 14, I've been playing around making beer.
This is a long time, yeah.
So my dad got one of those bags of homebrew. You know, do you ever see those?
Like a homebrew in a bag kit. Yeah.
You get them.
I haven't used them, but I know what you mean.
But everyone I talk to, they don't know what that is, right?
Brew in a bag.
Anyway, I remember you put water in it and you shake it around and you put it in your airing cupboard. Do you have airing cupboards in Canada?
It's like a cellar, or?
No, it's where you put your clothes to finish drying because it fucking rains every day. So it's like where your hot water tank would be. So anyway, you
maybe people in Vancouver have those with the rain. Vancouverites, let me know. Yeah.
Does anyone listen to this?
Yeah.
Sorry, is that offensive?
Of all my viewers, statistically, there's one person from Vancouver in there.
Okay, I thought I triggered you.
My channel is not failing.
It will be after this one.
Maybe, but it's on you now. Heavy lies the crown, yeah.
Anywho, that didn't really work. So I was kind of wondering why it didn't work, and I guess I'm a bit scientific, so I tried to figure it out. But this was pre-internet, if you can believe I'm that old. So I spent 3 years trying to work that out. And eventually I bought some homebrew stuff and started homebrewing, and then I came back to Korea 2010-ish. I think it was 2010. What year is it now?
It's 2023. Fresh. We're fresh into 2020.
So it would have been around then anyway. And me and a bunch of guys, we started doing this homebrew thing, and we were doing very well at it. So we decided, why don't we just start our own place? And we started Galmegi, if you've heard of them.
I'm aware.
Yeah, so I think the minute the laws changed in Korea to make it easier to do a brew pub.
Yeah, like was that the 5,000 liter threshold?
That was, yeah.
Okay,
so we were the very first brewery to take advantage of that and apply for the license. But the year before that, we had a pub. We had a Galmegi pub just down the road.
I've been there, yeah. How did Gorilla itself start then?
So almost the minute we opened, things didn't go too well.
Okay. However much or however little you want to tell us, yeah.
Well, things just didn't go well. So eventually I found an exit and left the company, and then I found a couple of other partners here in Busan, Andy and some other guys, and we clubbed our money together and did this. And according to you, we've far surpassed Galmegi Brewing Company, so thank you for that.
Galmegi, I still like your beer. Don't get the wrong idea. But, we have to have favorites of everything, You got your favorite movies, you got your favorite beers. Gorilla's amongst my favorite beers. And so, tell us about kind of early days in Gorilla. What were some of the trials and challenges and the successes kind of when you were starting?
In the beginning, I was still working on my PhD and still researching, so it was pretty hectic.
What was the PhD for? Geology, I
In geology.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess my my focus in geology would be on like CO2 sequestration, which is
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
so there is a tie-in, right? CO2.
If only we could sequester all the CO2 from the atmosphere in beer.
Well, we're trying. Yeah. So
PhD, pretty huge desires, yeah, I'd say.
it was pretty hardcore. Things took off faster than we expected.
Yeah.
And I was part-time just head brewing and then part-time doing that. And then, I guess I could say it, we're not supposed to say it, but we got an offer from Height. They tried to buy us out. I think we signed it.
You may not be able to legally disclaim any of this. Can you tell us how much they offered? If you can't, that's fine. I get it. But I'm curious. Of course, I'm curious. You're curious. I'm curious. Like you start a brewery. They want to buy you out. Do you?
No, I probably can't tell you that.
Okay, that's fine. Again, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
In the end, we decided not to do it.
Yeah.
Although we remain wonderful friends with Height because they make great beer.
And every Christmas, like a clock, you get a 12-pack of Height in a box sent to the brewery.
We don't talk about it. At that point, I decided that things were getting too big for me to really keep doing the geology thing anymore.
Yeah. If Height's trying to buy you out, you're doing something right. Yeah.
So I kind of came in fully-ish. I still did a little bit on the side. I think there was an earthquake in Pohang, and they called me out to go and look at some.
I remember that.
Yeah, I went.
And they oh, we need you. There was an earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer hat, geologist hat.
Yeah, I did that for a while. But these days, I don't really have any time to do that at all. So
I imagine, yeah.
And then COVID happened, which was incredible fun, as we almost went bankrupt.
Would you say that you focused more on cans when Corona started, so that you could sell more?
So just before COVID,
Because bars would have been quieter, right? So maybe home drinking is higher now, and
well, if you let me talk. Pre-COVID, we just did a Waddies crowdfunding thing.
Okay.
And we got a bit of money, which enabled us to move, and we were supposed to open a bar up in Seoul, and we were supposed to get a canning machine with the money. And then we started doing those things. Then COVID hit. We didn't go ahead with the bar. Obviously, things were pretty bad. But at the moment COVID hit, we weren't canning, we weren't bottling or anything.
Right.
So for us, it just turned into survival. And we basically started doing some OEM things, pretty much anything we could do to...
What things?
OEM,
what is OEM?
Yeah.
What does OEM stand for? I look probably stupid right now. I just genuinely don't know what that means.
Can we cut and I can look on my phone at a time?
So he starts canning.
No, actually we started bottling first because
Okay.
we got a big contract. So we managed to buy a bottling machine to do that. And then we started canning as well. All of this during COVID and very close to running out of cash. And so eventually some of the partners left the company because it was just, we couldn't sustain having so many
Right.
senior management staff, and we just made cuts. So that we really didn't want to lose our full-time staff.
Well, of course, yeah.
We took advantage of some of the government money, but actually during COVID it wasn't really much. But we got through it, and by the end of it, I'd say we were 80% cans, I suppose, by the end of it.
Jesus,
but at
that's
the
so
beginning
much,
we were 100%. And again, through COVID, it was always 1 month would be incredible sales,
Yeah.
the best we've ever had. When the regulations meant people could go out, and then you'd have the 9 p.m. closing, and then we'd have a month of the worst, or 10% of our even worst sales. So the highs and lows of COVID were crazy and hard to run a business around.
Yeah, the certainty's gone. Yeah. Any sort of regular scheduling. Yeah.
Well, those bad months, you couldn't even pay half the salaries. So you'd try and make enough in those good months. And hope you wouldn't get a group of 3 or 4 months
hanging on by. Yeah. It's literally the day after the mask mandate lifted.
Yes.
So
I just touched your hand. I wasn't making a pass. We can stop.
I've never had a Welshman before.
No one believes that.
Paul, what makes the perfect beer?
Me.
What?
Yeah.
No, as far as perfect beers go, I mean, you obviously he strives for perfection, right? But as far as like the perfect beer goes, like what would that entail? Either in production or in flavor or in maybe there's a story behind the beer, right? What makes the perfect beer?
Oh, it's a really hard question. And you did prep me, but that wasn't one of the ones.
I tried to give you a little hint there. Yeah.
You've kind of changed the rules a bit. I don't know. For me, the perfect beer, it can be different. I do enjoy a nice imperial stout. I do enjoy like almost polar opposites. I really like really flavorsome beers. So I like really fruity sours, really sour, really fruity. So yeah, not that happy with this one. It's a bit less.
Lift it up. They can't see it. There you go.
This is a beer released Friday, I think.
Oh, he's asking me. Oh yeah, for
well,
sure.
we distributed it yesterday and today.
That's correct, Paul.
But it's on
Friday,
tap
yeah.
here. But
Soon,
not officially. This is our new fruit bomb collaboration with Beer Room in Gangneck.
Ah, right. I still have to go there.
You haven't been there.
Nah, it's on my list of things.
Wonderful
to do.
guy. Big shout out to Jay Hun. Yeah, lovely guy. So this is a kettle sour, although we didn't kettle sour this one. We used a new yeast.
The Philly?
That's the one. Thank God you remembered it.
Wait. I have my speed round later. I was gonna put him on the hot seat and say Philly sour or kettle sour.
When I first started using,
That's not speed round. Pick one.
My answer's quite simple, but I'll do the long one. I loved Philly Sour, and Cloudwater told me they use it a lot, and a lot of the beers I tried from them were really good, which is why we started using it. And the first time we used it with the Imperial Goza Passion Fruit, it was incredible. But since we've used it the last couple of times, I've been less impressed with it, so I'm back to the Kettle Sour.
Okay.
And we have a new 3,000 litre tank from Brewhouse coming, hopefully in March. Finances.
Like you mean brew tank? Like it's one tank. Like 3,000 liters, one container.
It's a brew house, so there's a mash tun.
It's like one. It's like a system almost that makes.
Yeah, so there's three.
Is this going to be dedicated to sours then?
No.
Okay.
It just means that right now, if we do kettle sours, we can only do small batches of it.
Okay.
1,000 liters.
Okay.
But now we get that, we can start doing all of our sours again, kettle sour. So no more.
From the despairs of Corona to a 3,000 liter brew house. Congrats. Yeah.
Well, it's not here yet.
But I mean, things seem to be looking up. Let's say
they are, but there's still some supply issues coming out of China, so that's affected us a bit lately.
Wait, China fucks us with Corona, and now they're fucking you with the brewing equipment? It never ends.
I love China.
Send stuff soon, please. Yeah. So, okay, actually, this question was on my list, but I should have thought of it. What's with the name? Why Gorilla Brewing? What is the gorilla? Because it's quite prominent in the branding too, not just in name, but in the designs and the styles and stuff. You see little gorillas and cartoon gorillas. So what's going on there?
Yeah, I keep thinking I need to make up a really great story about this.
It's something stupid or simple, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So finishing up with Galmegi, I wanted, an animal, but we also we were also really keen on exporting because I think Korea is a pretty big thing for exporting, right? And it's not the biggest market in the world, especially the craft beer market.
Fair play.
So going into it, we thought, something that could work overseas. I wanted to...
As opposed to like a super specific Korean animal, right? Like something that everyone knows what a gorilla is, right?
But nobody knows what a galmegi is.
Right, yeah, what the hell's a galmegi?
But although I think maybe these days, because Korea's caught on maybe more than we could even imagine.
Things you wouldn't have known 10 years ago, right? Yeah.
Maybe it could work, but... so I guess my preference in the beginning was monkey. But then in Korean, monkey is like, monkey wrench. But my
working man's beer.
But my nickname as a kid was like Monkey Boy. So but then it was like, well, I'm too old to be a monkey, so gorilla, and that's how we got that. Gorilla.
Orangutan Brewing.
Do you need another beer? We can.
Do you want to crack one of these open? Yeah, I mean, I told him earlier, I'm in your hands, Paul. So you don't have to treat me like a prince or anything, but I'm following your lead. Sorry. Yeah.
No, choose one. We don't have raspberry.
I don't know what any of them are yet. I gotta
favorite.
peek my head around here.
You can actually they turn so you can see the other side.
What's more awkward on camera? Me doing this or me spinning the cans. He's probably right. Yeah. Let's do a sun shower.
That's yeah. Okay.
He tells me to pick one. I pick one. He goes, "Oh no, mate. Yeah, sorry." Let's do the what? This one?
Yeah.